back. Sorry about that red flag because there was a glitch between. We've seen it before in Mrc-X where the grid is decided on the sprint results rather than the qualifying that it does after the sprint to set the race, but for some reason it still sets the race at the sprint results and makes that qualifying pretty much null and void. So the grid had to be reset, and we have started. Well, so the grid is what it was at the end of qualifying. But it will certainly be an interesting race, especially if the sprint's anything to go off. I'm still here with Mr. Simba. How are you? You all good? You still alive? Still rocking?
Still alive. I don't know about rocking.
Get a Red Bull down you, mate. That's what you need.
Ugh, don't swear at me.
Sorry. All right.
That stuff is horrible.
An LH44 monster. How about
Goodbye.
that? Yeah. Simba has left the chat. But no. Energy is always here, especially between me and Simba. We always have the greatest comms there is to offer. Part 2 of the stream is in the Discord, guys, so make sure you get clicking. We've only got one viewer at the minute. We need more than that. Don't forget to leave likes on this one as well as you... Well, go back on the last one as well. Leave a like on that also. Because why not? Doesn't hurt anyone to leave a like, does it? It takes you 2 seconds, one click of, well, not even that, 1 second, one click of a button, and you should be there. We've only got one like on the last stream, which is a bit disturbing. Ant says X Race 12, Return of the Bailey. Well, that's only because a certain someone did not show back up, but, you know, it is what it is. He's been replaced by the blowhole, who is probably going to come back to X, try and turn up, win one race, and then mic drop and leave. Do you think Chris can win today from last?
I don't know. It's a tough field. He's a
It
very
is.
strong driver. I will not count him out from a podium, but it is a tough field, is this?
His arch nemesis is also starting on pole. No, second, sorry. So, yeah, probably not, let's be real. But we'll see. I mean, with Chris, anything's possible. Like you said, he's insanely fast, isn't he? So we shall see. But we are finally getting this race underway. We're going to have the G-Star's gone for hard off the start. Chris has gone for soft because he's going to try and make as many places up as he can. The issue for Chris is everyone up to 12 minus Kaiser, Single Track, and Lorpy have all decided to go soft with Chris, so he's not actually going to get much of an advantage other than he is on 3 cars. So that's a bit of an issue for him. The guys that were behind Wumax, they're all going to have been promoted a position. And I'm also pretty sure that he's put Kid in the wrong position, if I'm not mistaken. I think Kid was higher than that. Could be wrong, but I think he was.
Wonderful.
Kid's probably like, well, cheers. But at least we have 20 on the grid. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out between the top 3 who were oh so close. G-Star interested, he's gone for a set of hards off the start, which seems like a brave choice. He's probably going to really get hurt off that line though, isn't he?
He probably is, yeah, because the warm-up is going to be awful, but they will hold out quite well.
Yeah.
Whereas those on softs, if there isn't a safety car in the first 10 laps, it could be painful.
Well, to be totally honest with you, safety cars in general around Silverstone are pretty rare because the walls tend to be quite far away from the track at most corners here, don't they? So it takes a real big, like, mistake for you to actually cause a safety car around the track like this. But an early safety car will, like you said, it will really hurt G-Star because it means that everyone else will be able to come in the pits while he may not be able to. But we've got a repeat of the sprint race between Ben and Xavier off the line. We saw Xavier get the better start last time, but Ben managed to hold on the run down to turn 3. But will Xavier be wiser to that and potentially try something a little bit different this time?
The problem is P2 isn't the best line for turn 1, really.
No, you almost prefer the outside line, wouldn't you? Without a doubt, because it opens up for turn 2 then as well, doesn't it?
Well, it makes turn 2 quite easy because you can take that tight anyway.
Yeah.
And it gives you the outside for turn 3, which becomes the inside for turn 4.
Yeah, but for the final time in season 14 in Mrc-X, we are racing, and again, but this time Ben had a better start. But look at Xavier, he's actually gone for the outside this time. He's going to try the swoop. Is he going to be able to hold it anywhere near for turn 2? Not quite. Ben's managed to cover him off this time, and what a start that was from Ben as well. Ant's looking a lot more racy this time as well. He's sort of trying to stick it on. Kid, what a start from Kid Dynamite. He's got past 2 cars and he's into the top 4 already.
Yeah, it all seems a little bit status quo at the back. There's a couple of little bumps, but nothing really happening. Mark had made a couple of places and then got caught up behind somebody else's small bump and had to drop back, so he's back in 12th.
Yeah, G-Star's also, like we said, he's been caught out a little bit. He's dropped as far back as Colin. He's now going to be under pressure from his fellow Dutchman in Bobo, with Stube right in pursuit. It's quite ironic how Bobo and Stube are actually together on the track as well.
It really is, yeah. We've got Cowboy and Sociopath having a right ding-dong. I think it was Sociopath that had the little tap and obviously got caught up a bit, which caught Mrc-X up, and then
yeah, I think
now
what
obviously
though,
he's trying to find places.
Yeah, we've managed to go a whole lap and everyone's very much with each other still. But look at Colin, he just made a move on Kid Dynamite. Round the outside. He's going side by side down the pit straight. You have to be up extremely early in the morning to get a move done like that on Kid Dynamite. But he didn't quite get it done because Kid Dynamite managed to hold him off. But to go round the outside of Kid Dynamite.
Spun at the complex at the end.
Oh, big shame for him.
Club.
That's where he spun in qualifying as well, and it lost him quite a bit of time, but he's managed to get it going again, so this is still good practice for him ahead of Tier 3 on Wednesday. But look at Xavier. He was having a little look at Ben, but he backed out this time. Maybe he wants to sort of hold off and not get the move done too early here.
Rambo absolutely sends it up the inside of Mark going into Brooklands.
Yeah, those two know they're good friends outside of MRC, so they'll be having a right, probably a little bit of banter about that after this race. But let's see what's going on. The top 3 separated by just over 5 well, not even 5 tenths of a second. They are literally nose to tail at the minute. Well, with the top 5 are Kid and Colin right there as well. Colin's on the soft tyre. He's going to be extremely racy. But Kid, is he going to have a little launch? He got super close to Ant then, but he's actually let himself go deep. That's going to open up the opportunity again. He did the same on the last lap, but here goes Colin. He's going to try and go round the outside. That's going to open up the inside for Bale. And what a move that is from Colin to go through.
Some good racing going on. I mean, it is very close up and down this field.
It really is, yeah. But Colin's just pulled an absolute worldie on Kid there. That was... I've never seen anyone get past Kid in that way. That is balls of steel there from the young Dutchman. That is for sure.
Could be the tyre offset, could that? Because Colin's on softs, Kid's on mediums.
Yeah, that is probably playing its part at this stage. Kid will get the advantage later in the stint, that is for sure. It'll be interesting to see how
Mrc-X is making a move on Cowboy going into Brooklands.
These two close. There'll be a racer that Mark will become familiar with next season. So we believe he's in Tier 1 if I'm not mistaken. So,
I believe you are correct. Yeah. Tell you what, Red Car Rambo's got some good pace going on tonight.
Yeah, I see what as well. Look at Sociopath. He is literally right on the rear. He's just tried to get past Stupid to cops. But here comes Ryan. He's got up the inside. Wow! What a move that was from Ryan. Super committed. That could have ended, I don't know if you saw it, but that could have ended very nasty.
I did, yeah. I was on board with Mark when it happened.
That was very close, but brilliant. Can I shout, I think, a little shout out there to Sociopath. He had to really put his car in the right place to stop them people colliding there. So, brilliant driving all round from both drivers. Bobo's not showing the pace he did in the first race in this race though.
We'll give him a bit of time. I think it'll come back unless he's by some mistake forgotten his setup.
I was just about to say that. I wonder if he's forgotten his setup because he was right on pace with the leading guys at the start. Now he's actually under a lot of pressure from G-Star and Armour. So
through goes Chris Bailey.
He's past Mark now as
P12
well.
already.
Yeah, he's on the move. Bobo defending hard from his fellow Dutchman G-Star. G-Star's finally starting to get those hard tyres back up to temperatures. Bobo manages to hold it around the outside of Luffield. If G-Star going to get the run, we could see a bit of Dutch on Dutch action here down to Cobb. They're side by side through Cobb. They've both made it through just about okay. Bobo holds on around the outside. That's a Maggotts Beckett. They're still side by side the entire way through, but they've both just about held on. But now we've got about 4 cars side by side. Steve and Mark also.
Certainly have.
Wow,
we had a bit of a through goes Hodgie moment as well.
Yeah, and G-Star's past Bobo, but I think we're going to get 2 more parts. No, okay, they backed out just about. Wow, I thought that was going to be way closer than it should have been. I've also missed in the midst of all that action the fact that Stadium has taken the lead.
Side by side, Stube and Chris. Oh, I was hoping for an off goes Stube, through goes Hodgie moment then.
They're still side by side though on the run. Oh, contact! Someone's lost his wing.
And through goes single track.
Oh, big crash.
Yeah, I think Mark's just been absolutely mugged off there.
Well, someone went into the back of Stu, got wing damage. I'm trying to work out, I wonder if it was Hodge.
I think Chris Bailey's got wing damage as well.
Yeah, so it was Chris. No, it was Chris. He went into the back of Stu, which then left that as a little bit of a... That sort of all came as a ripple effect after that, because it pushed Stu wide at turn 1.
Yeah, I think Hodgie got bumped into the back of them. Then single track shot through.
Yeah.
And Mark seemed to get swamped from both sides. And just...
Yeah.
Got ploughing off into a barrier.
Yeah, because... Well, yeah,
it wasn't pretty, let's put it that way.
Yeah, Stu got tagged. He went deep at turn 1. I remember that much. Then Stu's obviously tried to recover. He never went off track, so there's nothing like a unsafe rejoin or anything. He stayed on the track, but it put him very much offline. Which then meant
this is getting upgraded to a full safety car. You can see it on the track.
Oh yeah, there's a yellow dot on the track. Yeah, you're not wrong. So we have got a safety car period. I believe Ben's just come in the pits. No, Saviour's in the pits. So he's taken an early call here. I guess it's only 21. It's going to be what, probably 18, 19 racing laps on a set of hards, isn't it? So
yeah, I hope everybody remembers that this is a very slow pit lane.
It is. It's insanely slow.
Oh, G-Star drive through penalty.
Oh, that's really going to hurt him with his strategy, isn't it? With his hard tyres. That's gonna.
Oh, and Chris has just been held up a little bit in the pits. I think it's Armour.
That's the
Bobo
issue
that he's sharing with.
That's the issue with X as well, though, isn't it? You don't know who you're going to be sharing a grid box with, do you?
No, you find out. You try and find out, obviously, in qualifying if you can. If not, you end up finding out in the race when you pull in the pits and they're sat in the box.
Yeah.
And if you're really unlucky, they're getting a wing change or serving a big penalty.
Yeah, that is the issue. It's one of the challenges you have to face in X. But what I love about X is, like, obviously these different formats. The sprint race, it's almost like endurance. You've got the 100% races, which are like, you know, long distance. Who can keep their concentration go the longest? Who can be consistent for that amount of time? You know, it adds a different element to racing rather than just your normal 50% race. Do you know what I mean? Different challenge almost.
Yeah, it does. I like the switch up in formats. Although if this is going to be a constant issue with the sprint, I'm not sure it's worth running sprint races anymore.
I believe this could be the last time at least in sprint, at least until we know there's a significant fix to it. So the thing is, it's a fairly popular format, or it has been over the last few seasons, hasn't it? But since they brought in the sprint qualifying, I know that's how it works in real life, but it's kind of like the game can't keep up with it or something. I mean, I've seen it in when it's happened in other places that it's worked well, but and the last time we did it in X, it didn't work well, so who knows? But talking about this, you said you gave a little hint earlier. You may be joining the track in X next season.
I might do, yeah, depending on what's obviously happening with X. But I could do with getting some practice in because I do struggle. Mondays are a no-go for me. Tuesdays are hard.
Yeah.
So unless I manage to get something in over the weekend, I really struggle to get any practice.
Yeah. I mean,
so this would at least give me a reason to practice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could also see 3-time Mark Dennison champion as well.
It would be nice, but obviously it depends on what changes get made, because I know there is things in talks at the moment.
Yeah, without
but
I mean,
I would take an X championship.
I mean, it's
I
a confidence
tier
builder.
3 again, but
Confidence builder, isn't it, for you in a way? Like, but as weird as it might sound, the X challenge might signal the start of a tier 3 challenge. You know, that bit of practice that you need. Martin said that. Hold on, let me just read. Martin's given us an insight into that crash. Let me just. It didn't all come off on the screen, so I can't read it all. Martin said that was bloody terrifying. Nearly hit them all full speed and only just avoided carnage. It was like Days of Thunder. No, it did look a mess. I mean, I think you had the better view of it because you was on board, wasn't you? But it looked a mess from the helicopter cam as well.
it was a bit of a mess, however you looked at it, really.
Yeah, it certainly was. But safety car is in. Those guys that didn't pit, they're going to be hurting a lot. G-Star, especially with his drive-through penalty as well.
Yeah, none of the top 9 pitted, everybody else did.
Yeah, there's going to be a significant advantage. So at the minute, I would say
Colin is on softs. Why would he not pit?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Red card's next in too, as big as Stan. He's the biggest thing out of it all. But let's certainly see. Ben's. Has he gone? Yeah, he has gone, and he hasn't caught Anton Naffig at all. So it's a bit of a different person this time. It's a bit of a different challenge for Ben this time because he's got a different driver to defend against. So
well, let's see what happens. We've still got Chris Bailey obviously trying to make his way through the grid.
Yeah,
who was massively out of position. G-Star's in the pit lane. What's going on here?
He had drive-through, didn't he?
Yeah, I wonder if he's serving that up. And it looks like it's let him serve it at least.
That's good news then.
That's got that out of the way for him.
The only issue is he's pretty much already a pit stop behind everyone else as well because he's still got the pit, whereas most of the guys ahead of him don't. So it's going to be, unless there's another safety car, it's going to be a very long race for G-Star now.
Let's keep an eye on Saviour, who is essentially, if you look at the pit stops, the net race leader.
Yeah, they've all managed to get past Kate. Well, most of them managed to get past Kate. Saviour's having a ding-dong battle with Lorpy on the exit of Cop. So.
Well, that was going all the way from Brooklands and Luffield, was that?
Lorpy sent it right back in Magus Beckerspeed didn't have the grip to make it stick, so that
Saviour runs a bit wide though.
He does, that could open up the opportunity, but Bobo's looking a lot more racy. I wonder if potentially, you know, I said Bobo didn't have pace, maybe he did remember the setup. Maybe he he had some sort of damage we didn't know about. He's looking incredibly racy on this restart. Is he going to send down the inside? No, he's not. The one thing I will say about contact and Lorpy went all the way over the sausage curb and bounced up in the air. Lorpy, he nearly flipped over.
Well, that would have been something interesting for the stream.
Well, yeah, it's I don't know how I'd have reacted if I'm being totally honest. But let's see, these front three, they're They need to really monitor that gap between them and Xavier. They need to hope that potentially Stube and Sociopath could sort of hold him up a little bit so they at least get some sort of gap, so they get some sort of advantage come the end of this race.
Well, at the moment, the top 6 have broken away from Xavier a little bit. He's starting to come back a bit now, but he's still struggling with the heat warm-up.
Yeah, he most definitely is. You can see that quite visibly. Single track's out!
Single track's out! Safety car.
Oh, that's a huge crash! He's collided with someone else, mate. Him and Mohammed. Mohammed's got no front wing. I've just seen them both together in the wall.
I'm sure the stewards will be viewing that one shortly.
Yeah, it was on the entry to the old pit lane. Back in the day when the... So, tell you what this does do. This brings G-Star back. Which is, in a way, I'm kind of happy for G-Star for that, because...
The top 5, 6 are all pitted now.
Yeah, but this is still going to put them way out of position compared to where they were. So, I mean, this is going to put people like Bailey, Red Car, you know, all of those guys right up there. Oh, maybe not Bailey, actually. No, Bailey's pit. He's gone for mediums. Bailey's going to go for a 16-lap stint on mediums, which I guess probably sounds possible, but this is quite a tough track on tyres, isn't it? So,
yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Certainly is. I have a feeling the stewards may see whatever just went on in at the front there. But it's going to be interesting. Let's see what David. So, David's in the lead, as we expected. Bobo's second. Red Car is third. The grid's massively mixed up now, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's very interesting.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens, but yeah, it looks a bit out of position at the moment.
It certainly does. Interestingly, Lorpy and Kaiser still haven't hit. Doesn't make any sense to me, if I'm being entirely honest with you. Because surely they'd have taken one of them to the opportunity to pit. But anyway, let's have a little look at liveries. Because I feel like they don't get mentioned enough in X anymore. And yes, that is a call out to all commentators that have commentated on X. Saviours, what do you make of his?
I wonder if the gold is obviously showing his superiority in the tier.
Well, he is the
Despite the
MRC
fact
guy.
he's lost the league GOAT status,
yeah.
he is still the GOAT of Mrc-X because he's the most successful driver in that particular format.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will ever take the GOAT status away from him in Mrc-X, if I'm honest.
Depends how many times the goal races it.
Yeah, that's also true. Bobo, I've already mentioned his. I quite like Bobo's. It's quite different. Quite nice. Red Car.
I'm getting pretty awful camera angles at the moment.
Yeah, they're not ideal. I've got an okay one that gets a good view of it now into 4, which helps. Is it me or does Ryan's car look like an Arrows?
A little bit, yeah.
Or is that... I don't know. To me, it looks like an old Arrows car.
Well, it's definitely the right colours.
Lorpy's got the Dutch colours. That's pretty obvious. Armars is okay, but I think it's a base livery. So... Kaiser, we were mentioned. We think he's gone for Mercedes. Smith has gone for an Army. Mahmood's just gone for straight up stealth black. Benny, we've seen his enough. He's been on stream for like the whole blooming time, so yeah. Anton mentioned his in YouTube. I think he's tried to attempt a Union Jack, but it looks more like an American flag. Then you've got Collins, Collins done a very good job of the Golf McLaren replica. He's done an extremely good job of that. Safety car is in, but we quickly have a kid's made. He's got none. What's Bailey? We haven't really seen much. Oh, Bailey looks like a toothpaste.
Bailey's is a 1991 Jordan, the 7-up can.
Oh, it also looks like a toothpaste brand though. Oh, there's a car speared in the wall! I think it's Ben! It is Ben! Ben's got no wing!
That's not going to be good for him.
Oh, right at the worst time on the restart. Let's quickly cut to the front though. When's Saviour going to go? He's gone just before the braking zone, so let's see. He seems to have caught Bobo napping a little bit there, so interesting. How is this going to play out? Bobo's under a bit of pressure from behind from the man from Stoke-on-Trent. See what he can do. Can he get anywhere near the reigning Tier 3 champion? He'll also maybe be trying to help his neighbour out, Stu, who was still. I don't know actually. What was the points gap? Obviously, Bobo won the sprint. I need to check this. How many points? So it's 25 for a win plus 8, 33 points, isn't it, in X, the gap, with a sprint. Yeah. And Bobo was...
The gap was 22.
Well, either way, if Stu finished
What did Stu score in the sprint?
18. No, 7. 7.
That means he only needs 5 points from this race to guarantee it.
Yeah, so he's fine. So Stu, basically, if Stu finishes, he is the champion here. I was right with what I said earlier in the sprint. But it's going to be very interesting. Looking back, Smith's under a lot of pressure from Cowboy behind him. But I tell you what, look at Colin. He's also having a little look at Cowboy, but he's managed to hold him off for the time being. But Cowboy loves this section of the track. This is where he pulled the pants down of Mr. Kid Dynamite earlier on. Is he going to do the same? No, he's actually going to open the door to Ant, who's now looking at him on the inside. We've got 3 cars side by side into turn 1. Smith runs super wide. This is giving me flashbacks of what caused the last stage.
Chaos!
Oh, that was a big dive. Mahmood, I tell you what, he had that incident in the first race as well, didn't he? He's arguably the most unlucky driver today, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, so somebody...
Oh, someone else's round.
Dynamite's round.
Yeah, there was contact between him and I think it was Ant.
It was Ant. He clipped Ant's rear wheel, I think.
Yeah. Oh God, guys. Remember, there's still 13 laps of this race to go.
It's not a sprint, guys. Come on, it's a feature race.
Yeah.
You don't need to make it all happen on the first couple of laps after a safety car.
I have a feeling tonight could be a busy night in the stewards.
Apparently there's already 5 hands up. So yeah, I think you're going to be right there. And
I know for a fact that one of the drivers is making at least 2 reports as well on the same driver, so I'm not going to say who it is because it's not my job to, but, well, I'm part of the team, but I'm not going to say it because this is not the time or the place. But let's just remember, guys, this is also last race of the season. Have fun. We don't need to be. Remember to keep it friendly in the Discord afterwards as well. We don't want any falling outs or anything like that. But interestingly, Saviour's built quite a big gap out at the front.
And look who Chris has just caught up to.
Yeah, his former teammate.
His former teammate and last season rival, and he's just pulled his pants down at the complex.
Yep, he's just made Ant look like Logan Sargent. Certainly has.
What a move that was.
Yeah, I think Ant had a little moment on entry. He seems to be like in the middle of nowhere on the exit of that corner then, didn't he? In a way.
Ant was running it quite wide. I know he's on hards, so the traction will be at a little premium at the moment. You won't have the full heat going yet. But Chris just went, oh, well, I'll just go super, super tight and pull your pants down then.
Yep, that's my position now. Thank you. But, let's see. Colin has sort of... The gaps at the front are very much stabilised at the minute. They're drifting around, you know. But Ryan's the closest. But Ryan's got a penalty. What penalty does Ryan have? He has 3 seconds, so he's been a naughty boy.
Every penalty at the moment is 3 seconds.
Yeah, I wasn't sure with
being served.
all the mess of the safety cars if I'd missed someone getting a drive-through or a 10-second speeding in the pit lane or something like that. Because this is a pit lane where it's very easy to speed into as well. Oh, there's been a moment at the back. I think Lawpiece just got into the wall at the final corner. Or if not, he narrowly avoided it. He definitely lost his rear because I saw the massive smoke coming. I'll tell you what, look at this from Mahmood and Carl. They're both side by side into the room. And how good Carl is defensively. But look at Mahmood, he's going to go round the outside. No, Carl managed to cover it off. Good defending from Carl there.
Red Car's got past Bobo.
Let's go and cut back to that quickly because that is a battle towards the front. If Red Car's going to be able to make any impression on Xavier. I do think
got past Kaiser Soze on the straights and his next target is Colin, then he'll be on the top 3.
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to think we could get a Chris Bailey Xavier 1-2 in Mrc-X.
Again.
It wouldn't be the finale of an Mrc-X season without them two at 1-2, would it?
What matters here is can Chris's tyres hold on, because he is pushing hard.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Bobo's having a look at Ryan again into Stowe. He's got it done. Before the braking, Ryan didn't really fight it. The only thing is, this has left him under pressure from Colin. Here goes Colin. He's going to make the move. He loves this part of the track. I've seen him make several overtakes here. But Ryan defends it absolutely superbly. Chris is there sniffing the Dutchman's rear. But look at Ryan. He's coming back into one. What a move that was. But now Colin, he's gone round the outside of Bobo and Ryan. Wow, that's sensational. That was absolutely sublime from Colin.
And here comes Chris on Bobo.
Yep, he's going to get that done. And that is move done, so Chris is up to P4. The thing is, this is all playing into Xavier's hands though.
It depends how quickly Chris can dispatch Ryan and Colin.
Yeah.
If he can dispatch them and stay ahead, then there's a chance he can catch Xavier. If he gets caught up in a battle here, Xavier's just going to run away.
Yeah, it certainly was. But, so yeah, Xavier's sort of... he's under no pressure at the minute. He's probably almost saving his ERS at this point because he doesn't really need to be pushing, does he, in all honesty? Ant's just made the move on Kaiser Soze. And Ant's now joining this battle as well, so don't rule Ant out in the battle for P2 as well, so... Oh, I think Soze's just decided to box at long last. He has. Look, it's so much quicker to go through the pit lane to finish the race. I might have to take that into account for Wednesday. It seems like a good idea if you ask me. But Colin's pulled that DRS gap on Ryan now, which is going to leave him vulnerable to Mr. Bailey, which Bailey will actually be pretty happy about. Ant's also just got past Bobo, so I do think Bobo's forgot his setup.
Yeah, Ryan ran a little bit too wide in the final complex of Club and Vale, and it cost him.
Yeah, it certainly did. He had a bit of a moment on the exit of 4 as well, so that's not going to have helped. Can Chris get a good exit? If I know Chris would send it on Ryan's top. I know he would. Because I know
it's going to be close enough though.
No, I don't think he's going to.
I think that's why he's held back so much. He was hoping to send it on Ryan into cost.
Yeah, I think that's why he also tried to take a different line through Lucknow to try and get that exit to get closer as fourth top. But Chris is definitely going to have the opportunity on the run down to slow though. Ryan flashing on the exit, so he's recharging his battery. We know Ryan likes to use his battery. There's a move going on in the background. I think it's G-Star getting past Sociopath, but Chris is past Red Car Rambo. Next target for Chris, Colin.
He just needs to push like crazy to get in DRS range, and he's nearly there.
Yeah, he certainly does. The thing is, now the question after, if he gets Colin, the question after that is how much tyre does Chris have left to chase down Saviour? He's got 8 laps. He's got 5. So he's going to have probably about 5.6, 5.7 seconds by the time he gets past Colin. So it's a matter of how long will it take him. Will he have enough in those tyres to take it the allotted time he needs out of Saviour?
Yeah, I mean, he's not really making massive headway on Colin just yet either.
No, he really isn't.
This is where the stumbling block's is going to hit, because he's coming up to very fast drivers, and I don't think the mediums are going to have the advantage that they had. I think he's probably taken the best out of them fighting through the pack.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
he's just got into DRS range, but can he hold it through Maggots and Becky's?
I don't think he's going to be close. Yeah, he's in the DRS range, but he's not going to be close enough for this straight to make a move. So he
won't be close enough to make a move, but if he can stay in DRS through the first few corners on the complex, he may have a run going into Brooklands.
The thing is, it's quite pivotal that he does get it done soon. There's what, 7 laps to go after this. It's going to be tough up. But interestingly, Colin has sort of started to catch Saviour a little bit here. He's taken about half a second out of him in that last lap.
Yeah, because he can't rest as much now. He's got a very rapid Jordan livery coming up behind him.
Saviour's probably going to be thinking, Chris Bailey, P3, bring it on. So, I'll tell you what, look behind though, there's a battle going on between Ant and Red Car. Ant's gone round the outside of Ryan, and that's move done. Ant's now into P4. Can he challenge for the podium?
There is that as well.
We know Ant, especially in the last couple of seasons, really stepped up his game. Really been at the top, front end of Tier 1. He's also, well, before this season, he was the reigning champion of Mrc-X. He's the first person to break that Saviour run. So, definitely going to get interested from now. Let's see. I think Chris is going to be the one. He's going to be close enough this lap. Has he got the battery? Has he got the minerals inside of him to get past Colin? He's not. He's not close enough. He wasn't able to close enough.
Interestingly, he didn't use the battery at all on that DRS straight.
No, he certainly didn't, but there's a yellow flag, and I think it might be Kid. It is Kid. He's gone round the exit at the start of the straight. He's gone round again. His tyres are overheated. He's taken out the advertising board. God, the sponsors are going to kill you. But Chris, he's really battling with Colin now. He's going to be trying to get... He's almost cost himself there by trying to get himself a better exit, and you can see he started to struggle a little bit on those tyres. He had a bit of a moment. Has he got the pace? He's going to make the move. He goes up the inside, and into P2 goes Chris Bailey. 4.4 seconds. 7 laps to go. Can he do it?
Oh, he really has to put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, he really does.
Go, because Colin is not getting dropped in any way, shape or form.
No, he really... Chris kind of needs Ant to get involved in this and quick, doesn't he, really?
He really does, because that's going to be his only saving grace. He's going to be battling with Colin for the next couple of laps, most likely.
Chris has had a terrible exit as well. He went very wide.
I don't think Colin's quite close enough, though.
He's not. Mohamed Mamdo's out. Safety car. Oh, and Saviour's missed the pit.
Chris hasn't.
Chris hasn't. He's taken the opportunity.
Colin stayed out.
Yeah.
Ant's gone in.
Oh, this could have just cost Saviour. It has cost Xavier because the
Drive
safety
through
car.
penalty.
Oh wow! Oh
That
wow!
has absolutely ruined Xavier's race.
Oh wow! You couldn't write it, could you?
Not only did he miss the pits, he got caught by the safety car and got a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, the thing is, he wouldn't have been able to pit as well because of the fact of he caught the safety car. That's the issue with this pit lane. If it comes out just after you've missed it, the safety car will get out by the time you even get round, won't it? So,
Yeah.
oh, it's gone from bad to absolutely horror for
Now
Xavier.
Chris down are all on softs. Majority of them brand new softs.
I'll tell you what, Xavier's going to be lucky if he doesn't finish last here, to be brutally honest.
So Xavier's now going to get mugged because of the drive-through and old hards. Collins on 11 lap mediums, who's going to be getting absolutely mugged off by half the grid behind him.
Yeah.
He's probably going to regret that choice not to pit.
He definitely is, that is for sure.
I know the tyres won't be bad, but they're not going to stand up to the likes of Chris Bailey and even Red Car Rambo, G-Star, Sociopath, Bobo, Bit. All these are very quick drivers on their day, and all of them have got fresh softs. You even look at Stu, Cowboy, Kaiser, they're all on the fresh tyres.
Yeah, Colin could... I think Colin will be happy here to finish now in the top 5. Oh, Xavier.
Disqualified for ignoring yellow flag.
Oh my god. I don't know how he's going to...
I wonder if he clipped the safety car.
Possibly. Oh, that's so... I do feel sorry. I know he's won a lot of races in Mrc-X and in MRC in general, but that is... to lose it the way he has.
It's a horrible way to lose a race.
Because I'm sorry as well, like, we all know, we've all experienced it. I'm sure you've had penalty experience firsthand. We know that the safety car delta at the best of time is glitchy as well.
It really is.
You know, and it gives you a lot of horrible war. But the thing is as well, from a steward's point of view, there's absolutely nothing we can do about it, is there? Because we can't exactly give the exact amount of time off for a driver because we don't exactly know, do we? So... it's one of them where...
we know roughly how long it takes to get through the pit lane, but...
yeah.
how do we give that time back?
Yeah. Without it, yeah. It's... oh. And at the end of the day, the 90% of the time, the game will show you as outside the delta you need to be. But...
and then suddenly it goes from green to red and the virtual safety car ends and you've got to drive through.
well, I had a close shave on Wednesday because... I was 3 seconds plus in my delta, so I was like, okay, I'll just keep going. Next thing I know, it's jumped from 3 seconds to 1/10. So I've had to absolutely slam on without... luckily there wasn't a car right behind me, but it's like... and sometimes the 15-second countdown doesn't happen either. Which is a glitch I've noticed on this game, sadly.
Right, can we get the safety car in the pits? For God's sake.
Yeah.
Let's get some racing going. There we go.
It's going to be a
very late call. They're in the middle of Stowe before it's been called.
Yeah, certainly is. Colin's going to take us away. Colin's got to be very tactical about where he goes here.
Colin's got to hope and pray with everything he's got.
Yeah, what he needs is Ant to fight Chris. That's what he needs more than anything. I don't blame him for leaving it late, but look at the grip Chris has got just off that one exit there alone. You can see Chris. There's not many drivers you'd probably want less behind you than Chris Bailey, is there?
I mean, in Colin's position, I wouldn't really want many of the drivers behind me.
No, but Chris we know is a formidable force. But do you know what the worst bit is? He's come in last minute. He started last. Is he about to do a last to first at Silverstone?
Highly possible.
The only thing is, we will never hear the end of it. This will be like a championship for him, I think.
Yeah, the one thing that always seems to evade him.
Yeah, this.
He's Mr. Number 2.
Yeah, he certainly is. But let's see, this could be his big moment. I'll tell you what, look behind, red car looking very racy with Ant.
Which I'm sure Chris will appreciate if it keeps Ant busy.
Tell you what as well though, Ant is looking incredibly racy on the rear of Chris. Why is Silly just
Oh, this is where Chris is probably going to go.
It certainly is.
He hasn't got the straight line speed.
He hasn't. I do wonder though, if potentially Colin might be using his ERS a bit too early. But Chris, look at that for a switchback! He's gone up the inside, he sent it, what a move from Chris! The grit really prevailed on the exit of Stowe there.
He really did, that was a move and a half.
Yeah, I thought he went into the back of it.
He's got
super
to
close.
bolt as fast as he can.
Yeah, he's going to need Colin to do him a big favour now and hold Ant up for as long as possible. Because Ant was looking incredibly racy, as was Ryan on that restart. But I tell you what, I think Ant's already got the plan. He's already got Colin lined up. He's going to get him before we even get to the straight. Ant's through. He's into P2. It's game on for the race win. Is it going to be Chris? Is it going to be Ant? Is it going to be red car?
That would be a one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, can you imagine if red car came out of
Especially
nowhere?
with a 3-second penalty as well.
Oh yeah, I just realised red car probably isn't going to win because of that penalty. But, you know, a win on track is a win on track. If you win it on, like, to me, if I won one on track, I had a 3-second penalty, I'm the winner. I crossed the line first. So.
No wonder why you're saying that one. Monza Season 8, anyone?
Well, no, you had to pay for me that day anyway.
I did, but there was no point forcing me way past with a daft move.
Yeah, but even if you did, there was no point me fighting you with the 3-second anyway, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't...
Colin's run wide at still, that's going to give Ryan a big sniff.
The Bobo
also drops him out of the DRS of those in front of him.
Yeah, Colin's going to be lucky. Colin might get away with top 5 here. He's lucky in a way, but I tell you what, look behind, Soship. I've just realised there's actually 4 X guys, Challenger guys, because Soship has raced as well. And so actually, Stu may have only got, I don't know if Soship has beat Stu in the sprint. Either way, I think Stu's going to do enough to be champion. Like we said, Bobo has to considerably outscore Stu, doesn't he?
I think it's pretty safe to say that even if Stu's got 3rd and 3rd, that's still 21 points.
Yeah, 1 lap to go though for Stu. Can he win his 2nd title in as many seasons? 1 in Tier 3. Can he now add the X1 to his collection? A lap and a sector to go virtually. And we will see if he's going to make himself a 2-time MRC champion, or can Bobo clinch it at the death and make himself a double champion one season.
Here comes Ryan.
He is, he's sending it. He's going to make, but look on the inside, here goes G-Star as well. Wow, that's absolutely brilliant. He's going to hold up. There's a bit of a wheel back between the two, but G-Star's going to try and send it, but Ryan managed to hold on. Bit of contact between G-Star and Colin on the exit. I really wanted a through goes G-Star moment then, but there we go. But I'll tell you what, here goes Sociopath now. He's going to have a look up the inside of Colin into 1. Good space given by Colin. He manages to hold on to the position for the time being. Ryan is going to lose a lot of these positions though. I'll tell you what, I think Stu's going to try and launch one Bobo on this last lap. Someone's got wide, Sociopath round. That puts Stu into 2nd. He's got 3 seconds. But Stu may still be able to hold this off for 2nd. Sociopath's
out.
So if Stu finishes, he gets 2nd. He's champion. All he has to do is get to the end of this lap with no trouble. If I was him, I would let every single car past me and coast that car around in first gear.
Ant's not been having a great run this lap. Chris has pulled away from him slightly.
Yeah, he is within the DRS.
Looking at the data I'm looking at, Ant's got way more ERS, but he's 8 tenths behind coming off Chapel.
The gap's gonna
I don't think he's going to make it work.
But we're coming into the final little complex. Bailey makes his return to Mrc-X. He's taken a season out, but he comes back. He starts last place. And he wins the final Mrc-X race of the season. Is that aside? I think it's to come potentially for next season. Ant will be P2. G-Star will claim P3 over the line. Ben, what recovery from him in P4. Someone's just crashed it across the line. Colin in P5, P6. Bobo P5. He takes the win for the Challenger tier. But Stoob is the champion of the Challenger tier. That is his name added amongst a lot of great drivers. Simba, one of them. Bobo, no, not Bobo. Kaiser Soze, I think B17 won it one year as well. Energy Dan, Night Shadow, Scottish Ninja. Stoob adds his name to that list of people. And he also becomes in a pretty prestigious club with Simba to be the only person to win 3 and Challenger.
I've only got 2.
No, but you've won tier 3 and Challenger, is what I meant.
Yeah, true, I did it in the same season as well.
Yeah.
Kaiser Soze's done it.
Yeah, and Soze. So that he's one of the 3 people that have reached that feat. That there is your podium celebrations. The provisional results, we're going to see a lot of stewarding inquiries. So Chris Bailey takes the win. Anton second, G-Star third, Ben fourth. 5th for Bobo, 6th for Colin, 7th for Kaiser Soze, 8th for Lorpy, 9th for Red Car Rambo, 10th for Armor Red, 11th for Mahmood, 12th for your Challenger tier champion Stoob, 13th for Kid, 14th for Smith, 15th for Bit, and then Sociopath, Saviour, Mohammed Mamdo, Single Track, and Mark Hodgson all did not finish. Simba, who's your driver of the day, mate?
I'm going to go with the game. I've got to give it to Chris. Last to first is not an easy feat in that field.
Yeah, it's difficult to disagree with that. I'm going to give a shout out to Colin, though. He did well at the end to hold the positions he did with those tyres. My driver of the day is Chris, but Colin, I'm going to give a shout out to for that last little run because he did do very, very well. But that'll be it. Mrc-X done for season 14. We will be back in season 15. Don't forget to go on the Discord, vote for the changes you want to see happen next season, or no changes. Maybe it can stay exactly how it is. But from me, thank you all for tuning in this season for Mrc-X. We will be back, like I said. Don't forget to tune in to next week's races, and we will see you then. And thank you for joining me as well, Simba.
Anytime, my friend.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure we'll do it again.
I'm sure we will. Back same time next season, most likely. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Good night.